Alright, we are back with Game Boy Wars again. Back for our regular one map between games. We'll see if they keep being as fast as these first two have been. And by fast, I still mean a few hours. Probably not. This one already looks a little larger, to be honest. So, we'll see how it goes. Lots of docks, but also an airport. Docks are interesting. Do they not have an airport? Alright, X straight. Let me start the timer. Let me start the timer. There we go. Here we go. Next map coming up. This one has a lot of buildings. Oh, that's not an airport. Dang it, it is boats only. Why did I think I had an airport? What was that on the map I was seeing? Dang it. Oh, my favorite boat onlys. I don't like boat onlys, actually. Darn. Saw Mega Man the Game Boy Wars or Mega Man and Dr. Wily's Time Twist. Not yet. That'll be, those will be future titles. Like, these islands up here are actually really annoying. The problem with the dock trick is that they've got 5 of them, and they can... Well... all it took was submarines, right? How much are those again? Why do I have so much money? Oh, hold on, actually. Wait, you might be genius. Congrats on winning Yoshi, so you gave... Yeah, dude, it was close there at the end. I got real scared. Submarines are good against ocean ships, too, so maybe a sub push here at the start is what I need. I don't think I want to... I think I don't want to completely abandon taking the islands, though. Well... Who can hit submarines? I gotta pull up my old charts. Suji. When you post? I should have downloaded that picture. Can you repost it? Do you still have it by any chance? Our chat is, it's way deep in our chat here. Let me just go for now. So hopefully today I do well, by the way. Yesterday I helped someone move and I am so worn out. Like, I got up at 6 and finished back here by 9. It was a long day. So, I'm very physically sore. I'm a little... Hopefully my mental state will be good enough. We'll see. See, I can't actually build much here. Well, let's play around with this. Let's see how it goes. If I have to load again, I have to load again. Oh, dude, it got so close. When I got really lucky, I think there was a time, I think it was that stage, right? Where I had 3... I had 3... What am I saying here? I had 3 things at the very top, and I got lucky. So the problem is, I'm not going to be getting that much money each turn, but if it's enough to at least make a submarine a turn, it's not. Oh, that's a little sketchy. Well, I'll try it here and see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I may still have to do that eventually, but for starters, I may not be able to. I can't believe it. How did I get 1 gold short? Oh, it's because I started with 99999. And moving is just tough, you know. That's a lot of lifting things up, bending down. I don't know. It was a pretty long day. Wonder if I can make this work smart with the submarines here. Wonder how hard they're gonna go on building stuff on this base right now. I mean, they don't have much money either yet. I'm sure they're gonna build like a lander or something, but... It was a hot day yesterday too. It was like the hottest day of the year so far. That had to be the day where we're working. Granted, I did spend a good chunk of the day in the vehicle too, just driving. It was a decent trip there and back. Also, so I did my sleep study. I've been talking about it a bit on stream, where I just basically took a device home from the hospital the day before yesterday, equip it. I'm a gamer through and through. Put it on before bed, go to sleep, and then return it in the morning to the hospital. And luckily for me, the hospital's like 5 minutes away, so that aspect of it wasn't bad. But because I had to help move, I had to get there really early. They said get there from 7 to 10. So I get there at 7:15, and I go to the office that does that branch of the hospital that does sleep stuff, and no one was there. I got there, and he said 7 to 10, but no one was actually up by 7:15. Or at least none of the front desk people were there. There might have been some doctors in the back, but because I saw a light on in like the back rooms of it. But eventually, I think a doctor walked up and saw me sitting there waiting, and she said she could take it to where it needed to be. The sleep doctors were too busy sleeping. Well, it's the receptionist at the front desk. I don't think they're doctors unless there's something I don't know. Man, I'm going crazy. Okay, they did build a lander. That's fine. I don't think their lander can do much against me. Even if their lander drops guys off and they start taking more buildings, I can still win from that. Do they have more buildings down here? Why are they building so many APCs and infantry? They don't. I don't know what they're doing. So this guy can fire like 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think I can just move in here. It's still gonna be a little tough, but I'll try my best here to get this. I should be able to get one a turn for a little while here, right? Yeah, I think you can put APCs on landers. I think that's what they're doing. It'll just take a few turns before they actually finally load up properly. This strat may not work, to be honest, but I'm just going to try it, rushing it, and see what happens. Because they don't have tons of money yet, is the thing. Squish is soon. Next is... Yes, but not quite. So next is... QDQ. Then it's... Mysterious Murasame Castle, then Squish. So it is soon, but we got a couple first. I'm a little worried, actually, because I got up this morning, and I was pretty tired from yesterday. And I started working on a few things. Had to get the stream set up for Mahjong, because I might do that today. We'll see how long this level takes. But then I was so tired, I went back to sleep, and I slept till pretty much it was time to stream, so... With not working today and missing stuff in the morning, this might be a late night / weekend week for getting YouTube stuff ready. So it goes, though. So I have Murasame Castle this week, and that's not a short one. It's not, like, it's not gonna be as long as Mario and Zelda, but it's not a short one either. Nope, I did not forget about QDQ. I could have waited till I actually played it, but I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just play it. I'll just do it now. I probably should have done it like, well, I don't know. I could have done it between the Mario's and Zelda vids, for a break for me, but at the same time, I don't know, I was like trying to keep the momentum going a little bit, I guess. Give myself a break after those. And I think I had like worked on the scripts already by the time I don't know, everything has to happen kind of in steps. Like nothing ever. Did he just go on there with no infantry in him? Everything takes like a few steps basically before I get to that point. So like I usually write my scripts a few weeks in advance, then I record in advance, and then I have to get my videos ready in advance so that someone can review them in advance. So everything just kind of takes time. In fact, I think I'm thinking about trying to get another week ahead in summaries to give because now that someone else is helping me review the summaries, and I'm just feeling like it'd be nice to give them one more week rather than like half a week. Because then they have to watch it on their time, and then I have to make the changes during the week of it goes up, which I don't always like to do. I like being ready ahead of time, and then if I'm ready ahead of time, Suji can review the YouTube description, so that can have less, spelling mistakes and all that. So the more ahead I can be, the more I can ensure things are going up at a good quality, So even though like my VODs right now are a bit behind, I'm still like on the seat of my pants every week. Okay, that's maybe a little bit extreme, but every week I'm still barely having enough content to prepare the VODs for where I want to be in my as I prepare them. All right, let's smack these guys up a bit. This turn actually worked out pretty well because they didn't move super great to counter this play here. And I'm pretty sure my submarines get free reign on their submarines too. Like they don't fight back. Submarines are kind of weird in that regard. So even though I can hit this submarine up close, I don't think he fights back. Just kidding, I was wrong, he fights back. I don't know why I thought he didn't, to be honest. I guess I get an advantage though. That was pure submarine v submarine. Good! I got through without losing a single submarine. That's a good sign for being able to take their home base. We'll see if they build something else, but they've spent a lot of money on other things, so this might actually work. Unfortunately, I can't dock on all of them right now with these four at least. But hopefully with all of them around it, they'll be able to mess them up. You're talking about QDQ, right, Turtle? Yeah, it's definitely really strange. Bizarre case. Yeah, the Galaxian one you mentioned, which, it's possible. I'm still not completely convinced it was legit or, like complete. I don't know. I'd have to see a little more. But they may very well have made a version of it. It's just really bizarre. Maybe I'll play that one someday in the future as well, this one might be legit, or like a real Nintendo game. I'm honestly not sure. I'm playing it just in case. I could do that later on, too. I'm mused about the future of when I catch up, but who knows when that'll actually happen. A million years from now. Why'd they not drop at least one of the guys off? That's funny. So I don't care about that lander. He's not a threat. I don't even think his lander can hit the submarine. I should look for it though. Oh man. It's gonna be so long to find this. Maybe I can search for it. I should download the pictures, what I should do. Great. Do you by any chance, Suji, remember what you called the document? Doo-doo. Oh, I found it somehow. Alright, I'm gonna download this. I was just searching words. How do I download this? Okay. So let's see, who can actually hit the submarine again? It is... Okay, so landers actually... No, I'm looking at this wrong way. The only one that can hit submarines are cruisers and other submarines. So yeah, the lander is not a problem. They've got so many units already, though. Dude, guys, my legs are actually really sore. So much walking around from... Like, part of what was tough is that we had 3 different locations to pick up items. Because, my sister already had moved out, and she was actually just renting a place. So she had some of her stuff at the rented place, some of her stuff at a storage unit, and then a bunch... She's a teacher, so a bunch of stuff at a school. Sweet, they didn't even build anything that big of a deal here. Oh, you guys are getting toast soon. Yes, this... Dude, I'm so glad you mentioned that, Turtle. The cheese is real. Should I build one more submarine just in case? Or should I start working on moving? I'll build one more just in case, but I probably don't need it. I guess it would be nice to stop their landers as soon as possible, just to make it easier on me. But once they lose this, man, they're in such a bad place. Well, so in the US, and it's kind of or at least in my state, maybe some states are better, I don't really know. And it's kind of it's definitely kind of a bad thing, is that teachers are expected, for some reason, to get a lot of things themselves. Like, the school does not pay for all of their supplies, which is kind of dumb. So she has to, so a lot of the stuff was just hers, because she wants to keep teaching. So she's just gonna bring a bunch of her stuff from, she's not gonna leave her stuff there, she's gonna bring it to the next school, you know, she doesn't want to buy it all again. I don't know if that's just where I live, or if that's a problem everywhere here, I'm not really sure. But... Oh, there is people on that. ABC, I thought there was no one. Yeah, it is pretty bad. I don't really know enough about the whole system to know totally why it is. I'm not a teacher myself, but... I don't think you can merge units, Suji, that are holding units. Oh no! He's trying to cover it up! Look at that, he's scared! Are they gonna do it with their infantry? Actually, that's kind of annoying. But the moment they move it, it's over. Or if they, like, try to build someone, it's over. I think she said they paid for some stuff, but it was at that point she wasn't. Well, I shouldn't say too much. She'd paid for enough on her own, and she wasn't sure what was what, so she's just gonna take what they'll let her take. So, doo-doo. But there was a lot there at the school we took, a lot of books and all kinds of things. It's kind of funny, and one of the things I worked in the past was as a dispenser installer for the public schools. Well, it wasn't for the public schools. I worked with a contractor who had a contract with the public schools, so I was installing paper towel, soap, and toilet paper dispensers. And what's funny for me is that was so I was actually homeschooled entirely through high school. And that was my first experience with the public schools in the area, was as a dispenser installer. And it was interesting. I talked to a lot of teachers during that time. Some of them were pretty unhappy with what I was doing, not because of me, but because they're like, oh, they can't afford to buy our supplies, but they can afford to get all the newest dispensers, yada yada, you know. Which I understand. It was unfortunate that the wrath got unleashed on me a little bit, but I tried to be as sympathetic as possible, you know? But it was just kind of interesting, that being my main window into the public schools here. Oh, shoot, they built another cruiser. Shouldn't matter too much, though. Okay, so they do have this APC here now, which is kind of weird. But like I said, I also don't know quite enough to fully understand the big picture, so I'm not in the trenches as much as some people are. Okay. That's fine. Good even. Can I get... This might be the best way to do this. Let's see if it works. Spending on money on a cruiser, too, isn't great for them either, because that's an expensive unit right there. Yeah, so with these submarines here, them building cruisers should not be an issue. I kind of want to get rid of this lander. I'm a little worried about... wasting too many missiles at this point, but... Yeah, the submarine is kind of OP here. I think I might try to build a lander, move it closer, just so I can take the, get rid of whatever's on the dock there. Not a lander, a cruiser. Which is kind of expensive, but I think it'll be a good investment, just to make sure I secure the docks. Because once I get this, it is over for them. Dude, some of the schools, though, like, when I was installing dispensers, some were super, like, well-designed, and, like, bathrooms were in clear spots, and classrooms to find were all well-organized, but some, I felt like I was stepping into a Zelda dungeon, trying to make my way through those schools. There was one school that was really bad. No, I can't hit that APC. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why they docked in there, I think. One school had, I think, it was like built, but then they added a bunch to it over time, because it got bigger. So the design, it wasn't well thought out from the start, obviously, because they just kept adding stuff on it. And oh man, it was so, oh hey, they moved it off. I got so confused trying to make my way through that school. That work was okay. It was pretty tiring because you're just running around schools everywhere. And there's always something going wrong. There's some dispenser that's in some awkward position that just doesn't work, or... I knew that would happen. Sounds like a normal school. Increased your base solving skills. Like I said, not all of them were that bad. Some were actually pretty, well designed, I guess would be the way to put it. But not all of them were. I saw a lot of schools during that time. I didn't totally like the work. Like I said, it was just kind of exhausting. But it was still a good experience, probably in the end, I would say. Got paid by the part, not by the hour, which was kind of interesting. So there was a lot of pressure to move quickly, which... who knows if that resulted in the best installs from the other people I worked with, but I still tried to do the best I could. You went to your elementary school for 7 years and never saw half of it. Well, I was homeschooled, so I think I saw most of my school. Mainly retiring, I had a job that was basically grocery shopping in a warehouse all day. Yeah. It, at very least, it keeps you more physically fit, I guess. Like, it keeps your... It's a good... Like, a desk job is Not as exhausting in that regard, but it's a lot less healthy for you, so. At least there was that component. I was moving around a lot more during that time, you know? I don't know if I've said on stream, but since starting, speaking of being healthy, since starting trying to lose weight, I've lost 30 pounds, which is pretty good. Got a lot more to go. I want to probably lose another 70 before I'm content. But it's good progress. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, let's try to get someone. I think this guy, because submarines also have range, right? Yeah, so I should be able to cover him up now. This should be it. I don't even know if I need that cruiser after all. Well, he can maybe get started on doing a few nasty things here. The batteries, of course, are the hard part for the cruisers. Yeah, it's over. Dude, Turtle, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Submarines are indeed the answer on a map like this. The fact that they gave us so much money at the start, too, was a big part of that. GG already. I mean, it's over. They're stuck now. They can build tons of defenses down there, but eventually, there's not much else they can do. I need to make some money now, so I gotta take a bunch of buildings, but it's trivial at this point. Also, these submarines are pointless. Maybe I'll replace the full ones, but it really doesn't matter. Okay. It'll still be a while just because there's a decent amount of... I still want to capture a decent amount of buildings here, but... I don't need mechs. Infantry's better for this. Because they move faster, and they're cheaper. And I'm not even going to take those buildings. And that's all they have here, too. The docks still give him a decent amount of money, though, because 4 docks is a decent amount. Yeah, I don't know if this one would have been a nightmare map, because that one was really favored on the enemy side. This one doesn't feel quite as one-sided. The only real advantage they have is their dock, I think, has a bit better access to the other islands than mine do, but I don't think this one would have been quite as bad as that map was turning out to be. But it's certainly making it easier. That is 100% true. These guys are stuck up. Probably have my cruiser just blast them. APC's hiding in the corner already. Yes, stuck, don't know what to do, huh? I like how they dropped that APC off on the buildings there, and they're not dropping off the infantry on it. I don't know what they're thinking. You had an early morning shift on that warehouse job, didn't you, Suji? Remember you leaving at the crack of dawn? Fortunately, I still gotta wait for them to make all their decisions. And they're gonna have a lot of units for a while I build up my side, because I haven't been building up at all. I've just been focusing squarely on covering them up. I didn't even lose a single submarine. Got up at 4:45 every day. That's true. Didn't they actually not build that much? Or did they? Like, they wanted to build cruisers. They saved their money to build cruisers and they didn't, or something like that. Is that what happened? Can't quite remember. Like, they didn't actually build that much defenses till I got in close. Can't even totally remember now. So now I need to maybe be looking forward to dock-only maps. I couldn't have pulled this off on the other one. Because on the other map, I didn't have docks right away. Remember that? I started with, like, That was the one where, wasn't that the one where I started with just my home base and that was it? Wasn't that, man, that map was nasty. Let's get this guy in here, start blasting him. Maybe I'll just merge submarines with those ones that are full, I guess. I mean, what else am I gonna do with them? I guess do they use up a fuel every turn or not? I should look at that. Because in theory, I could run out of fuel. So let's look at like, well, just the guy on the far left is 72. Remember that number? So far, this is gonna be mostly me waiting on their turns. Yeah, so far these haven't been too bad. They certainly haven't been like, oh, dude, why did that happen? My coffee splashed my nose after like I held it. I moved a little bit and then I held it for like 2 seconds, and then the coffee must have been swirling around and then jumped out of me. They certainly haven't been like a step. They haven't just continued the difficulty. They've kind of reset it. Maybe it'll peak harder, but right now it's not. These first ones haven't been feeling too bad. Although I've only done, what, 2 so far? Remake of a map from the first game, and then that weird first map. I wonder if they fixed the submarines in later games to not be this busted at this one particular task. Like, all you really need is a single type of land unit that can hit them. And then this strat doesn't work. Or an air unit, for that matter. Yeah, they aren't building, are they? They're just riding their guys around, confused. Map where you only get infantry or nukes or something. It was an interesting map. I felt a little more lost because I didn't know what I was doing, but I guess it does make it a little more, at least I give it a little more variety, you know? Well, it already hit. I know I'm probably the only one here who plays the Elden Ring DLC, but they've already done a patch that has made things slightly easier, which is like, I don't know. I wish I could play it through. I didn't make it through the whole thing when it was at its hardest, so I didn't beat it fast enough. All they did was, I think, buff the stat boosting items. That's it, though. They didn't change the bosses at all. They just made it so that you can get stronger. I had a feeling it was going to happen. They kind of did that in the base game, too. The post-game for Venture Load and Load is only 5 levels. I know, this game is going to have a longer post-game than a main game, if you want to call it the post-game. Really, it feels more like part 2. Like a game that, you know, maybe has clearly defined, like, parts. And this is part 2. And maybe part 3 will be that final map. Yeah, they're not building. Not building much, at least. I'm probably just gonna make one team at each of the islands, and then from there I'll just start slowly working my way towards their base. Kind of like Boulder Dash. Yeah, I guess in a way, huh? That's another interesting one. The Game Boy version of Boulder Dash was so strange. The way they did that, where it was like... Okay, no, they don't even use a fuel. I might have established that the first time I played this, or that other map, I don't remember. So busted. I guess it maybe would be nice to have mechs eventually to swarm their base. Luckily, I still have access to their base from these little edge points here. Might be nice to try to take that dock, but I guess they could try to take it back. So I'm only gonna be able to drop off one at a time there. But I can just make new mechs when I get to that point, I guess. Level 5 is called level 1. I was so confused. But also the fact that you could start like part of the way through it. I don't know, it was just really weird the way they designed that. Didn't really totally make sense. I saw the credits though, or the ending or whatever it was, I don't remember, but. You remember that build-up? Was it? I think it was just the NES version. The build-up for that troll on the variation of one of the jungle levels. Where they like changed one thing, one path was consistently the right path for all other levels, but the last level they changed it. That was so evil. Dude, what is up with like game designers, or I should say like early game, or like I don't know. I wouldn't call them amateur, but like before certain things were established, I guess. But then I think of like Mario Maker levels with the love of trolling the player. It's not like they get to witness the reaction back in the day. The people making Boulder Dash weren't even watching Twitch streams or anything, you know? But the idea that they were gonna trick the player was so amusing to them. Then you think of how common it is for pick a path and stuff. No, that one was actually well executed, I guess. But what is it with that innate desire to troll the gamer, you know? Because they did it back in the day, and young amateur game designers in Mario Maker do it now. Yeah, the magic wall hid behind the inconspicuous wall. And there was one level where I don't think it usually or like you didn't have to use it and then it did later. I don't remember. It was tricky. Took a while for game designers to learn that making a good game requires the players to have fun. I don't. It's not like I hate Boulder Dash. In fact, I had a pretty good time with it, but it's just you see that in other old games too. They're a little bit more devious and trolly. It wasn't just Boulder Dash, really. I've seen that in other games too. Even like Lost Levels, you know, had some troll stuff in it. There's a time where everyone wanted to be the next Tower of Droga. I don't actually know what that is. Apparently, I was not someone who wanted to be the next. Now, of course, you've got like dedicated troll stuff, though. Like that, I don't know if you've seen like the high quality troll levels in Mario Maker, where they try like it's just a whole guessing game of trying to get inside the creator's mind of what the troll is. Or games, I don't know, even games like I Want to Be the Guy in a way, or kind of like that. Or like the whole rage game category, really. Games. I might try to get this lander. Never mind. Okay, let's finish blasting this guy. I hit that guy too, apparently. Yeah, they did. And like I said, I remember playing Chip's Challenge, and that game had some pretty nasty trolls in it. And what's funny, like I said, is people who now don't go through, I guess, I imagine, I don't know if you'd say, I don't know how much game designers go through game design education. Probably some do, but there's more of a general understanding to help, or more of a general change in that perspective, but yet there still seems to be something innate in people that like it. So we still see it in at least the amateur context. The Kaiser blocks and Lost Levels were intense, although those backward zones. Yeah, that's the backward warp zones. Wasn't there some pipes that just took you backwards too? I can't remember. No, they never made it to the left island. They only made it to the middle one. So it's not even gonna be that big of a deal here. Ever checked out Championship Load Runner or Super Load Runners? No, I've never actually played any Load Runner. I don't know much about it, other than knowing it exists. I think that was that was like one of the big first third-party games on the NES, right? In Famicom. That Hudson Soft made. Is this a game? Is this? Hang on. I played a game called Widgets and Gold that was like I just had on the computer for free, and it might have been inspired by Load Runner. It's kind of similar, although you could bomb anything. I don't know if that was a Load Runner. They received letters, yeah. That could be it. They wanted those like, why did you do this? And I guess they thought, well, I think this is funny. Maybe the gamer will too, not realizing that it was laughing at the gamer's expense. I mean, trolls can be funny too. If you've got a patient heart, you can learn to appreciate some of those trolls too. Did Load Runner have player-generated content? Interesting. It's kind of cool. Are they building anything? Did they build that APC last turn? They are definitely lost right now, though. I wonder if I blast them if they'll make more. Because if I want to get rid of more of them just so that I can have less, make their turns shorter. The shorter their turns are, the faster I can move here. We're still making tanks, though. It's a lot of tanks, actually. It'll take these guys forever to take these buildings, but maybe that's okay. Yeah, that's actually... Let's do something like this. The question is, should I start loading up, or like, should I start going for their bases already? Or should I should probably get some cruisers ready to like blow up the battery and all that first. Yeah, last time, Suji, the AI got a little freaked out and didn't fully spend their money because they wanted to have enough money for cruisers constantly, but I don't know if they'll do that necessarily again. We'll see, I guess. Oh, no, I can't get in to a double spot. Oh, yeah, I can. What am I thinking? I still don't totally understand the purpose of aircraft carriers. I did use them in one map. Oh, that one map. That was like one of the hardest ones. That one where they had an airport and I didn't. I hated that map. So I think the carriers were good at countering the airplanes when you did. They were like the best counter to airplanes when you didn't have airplanes. That map was rough. That was probably the hardest map. That might have even been harder than the final map, honestly, even though that nuke messed me up. The shift in attitude, yeah. Because, I mean, the submarines just break it, man. I love it when the last bit of my coffee gets ice cold. They are building a lot of tanks though here, but in theory my carrier should be able to wipe them out pretty easily. Because in reality, just show up cheese equals good game design. I don't know if I'd say good design. It means easier to get around the hard stuff or like the annoying things. Is it cheesable or cheesable? I have no idea. I guess it's true in a lot of it is kind of fun in retro games. I will admit, trying to find the cheese strats though, like that's part of the appeal of retro games to me. Is figuring out how to best like work around the, the game and find a good cheese strat or a consistent strat, you know. Do you guys think this game is gonna hit 100 hours? Create a program to predict the RNG. You guys are, if we finish this in time, you guys are gonna see that program in action today. It's pretty cheaty. It doesn't give it away, or it's not completely free though. There's quite a bit of thinking I still have to do. And I realized the scary thing, because the big thing it helps with is not getting roamed, but going into Ricci is still a risk because you don't have a choice and you could still get roamed. So I need to watch, I need to be really careful about going into Ricci with this program. Basically what you're gonna see is every game, I'm gonna know what's in the deck and in what's in people's hands, which is pretty busted. It's not something where, it's not reading the game. That's the thing I feel like I should make clear. It's not like attached to an emulator or something like that, reading the game. It's just based on what we see. It knows, because of our hand, it knows what everyone else has, basically. Will be Yakuman Heaven? I don't know if it'll be Heaven. And it's actually going to be, what's annoying about it is that it's going to be slower, because I have to manually tell the program what everyone is doing. Because again, it's not, the program is titled Yakuman Purgatory. It is, it's not designed, again, to read in the game, so I have to constantly be telling it what the CPU are doing. So it's going to move, and I have to strategize each turn a little more now. So it's going to be slower to play each round, but in theory, if I do good enough, it helps me get through the game faster still. So we'll see. So no free Yakuman, no, because it's not just handing me the game on a silver platter. Yakuman still requires crazy luck, you know? So it's not going to be, like, I don't know, completely free. There'll still be some interesting aspects to it, but it's definitely, exploiting the game's intended way to play it. Or, like, I'm not playing the way you're supposed to. And even if I lose on the final boss, which I shouldn't, but even if I do, I don't think it'll take me as long to get back, either. Because again, it should just help me win that much more consistently. Alright, so this is all the people I needed to get to the islands. I'm probably gonna land my loaders up with mechs. Probably. Just to be ready for later. Yeah, so that's, Tsuji's exactly right. You can't really rely on what your hand is going to look like in the future, because there's a lot of reliance on whether or not the CPU Ponenchi, and there's a lot of reliance on what they discard, too. So, I can do my best to predict how it's going to go, but it's not, unless Tsuji, unless their AI is even more exploitable, that you could actually figure out how they'll respond to each move, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going too far, because then you have to learn each individual CPU's decision-making algorithm. They are literally random? Oh, wow. So the choices they make aren't always consistent? Interesting. There's a sprinkle of randomness in their choices. It's not like the Backgammon AI, which was always consistent. Is there any cheating? Well, it is cheating in a way, because it's figuring out what they're doing, but I guess it depends on what you're defining as cheating here. I'm gonna see every hand they have, and I'm gonna see what's in the deck. Or I know what the state of every tile is throughout the game. However, I'm not doing anything to the game itself. And I'm not using AI either. Oh, does the AI cheat? So from Sujing's findings, everything that seems to suggest they're not cheating, but it's hard to know for sure exactly how the AI works. He knows that they aren't reading the deck. That's one thing he knows. They're not reading what's coming up in the deck. And they're also not... what was the other thing they're not doing? I don't remember. Now, it is possible they, like, target the player's hand. I don't know, Suji, have you figured that out? Do they know what's in my hand? Like, do they intentionally try to make each other win more than me? That's one thing I could see them doing. That's sort of cheating. Not exactly, but it's unfair still. Like, when they choose to discard, are they more likely to discard something for their opponents, but not to you? It could be based on just your discards, then. They more focus on being kind to the other CPU than you. I don't know, though. So it seems to suggest they're not looking at your hand, yeah. I guess that's just the thing I wonder now is, are they at least unfair towards you? Because that would explain why they won so much. If they're handing each other tiles, that helps them, more likely. You just don't... I think you don't have any understanding of their discard algorithm, really, right? And how they look at everyone else's discards to make their choice. Because it's possible they all just, at the very minimum, when given a choice, prioritize giving something to the other CPU more than you. And even that alone would have a big impact. But it doesn't... There's nothing that obviously seems to suggest they're cheating, so all my whining might be for naught. Bum 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 bum. Oh. So it was just a game trying to figure out if you could pwn or not. Yeah, it's hard to say. See, it's not like Suji Cut was able to completely understand the game. It's still pretty complex, really, trying to figure that out. Dude, they're building so many tanks. What the heck? This strat is so busted. Although those tanks are going to be really annoying. I should probably give him a restock. What's the closest dock? What's going to be the closest one? Not really any good ones. That's unfortunate. That's probably the closest one. Can he make it to this spot next turn? No. Alright, I should start making money here, finally. And with money, I should be able to start actually attacking their base more, too. I can start building cruisers, though. That's the big thing I want to start doing. They're probably going to be a pretty big part of my strategy in the end, because they're kind of needed to kill these tanks reliably. I just don't know how easy it's going to be to actually finish them off. I mean, in theory, a cruiser can reach everyone on these islands, I think. So I could do it with just cruisers and not worry about bringing mechs over, but we'll see. Prep a few things up for that. A few different potential strategies. Did you know in war, one army kind of just sits like still for about like, I don't know, a couple minutes while the other army makes all their decisions, and then it just swaps. The other army stops playing, sits down for a minute, and then the first army goes back and starts doing things again. It's kind of crazy, actually. I feel like how much intelligence systems was really pushing like the or like they were really designing this whole tactical genre a lot themselves. I don't know, were there ones before these? I can't remember. We've maybe talked about this before. Were they really the inventors of it? There's a lot of, well, I guess Nintendo kind of really invented the platformer too, I would say. They took a kind of a sort of existing platformer prototype before Donkey Kong, but that's where the other army thinks I'm going to the circus. That's why we hear this music. It's actually my army's all rejoicing. Oh, it was going to be a port mode game, so maybe there wasn't other tactical games before it. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess early RPGs in general, like even Dungeons and Dragons actually you can play it with like a more tactics board-based gameplay style. So it kind of still comes, I think, from Dungeons and Dragons in the end, I think. I don't know Dungeons and Dragons history that well, but I know you can play it on a grid, which I would imagine is where a lot of the inspiration for this came from. Or at least for Fire Emblem. They're even older than D&D. I guess that would make sense. So I imagine its roots really are in board games. The first version of D&D was actually based on one. Interesting. I don't really know my board game history that well. I might have to look into it, though, when I start getting to some of these games. I guess I'm not talking about RPG. I talk about, you know, Dragon Warrior, or was writing at least about Dragon Warrior being kind of the... there's a term for it. It's like not the first person to do it, but the one that kind of defines it. The one that like was the definer of the JRPG formula, however you want to put it. I talk about that a little bit. Or like they were not the designer, but like they made the, I don't know, the prime example that everything going forward kind of built off of. But I didn't delve too much into the history of RPGs themselves. Maybe I could. I don't know. It's a lot of work for that video. Or that video's gonna get really long if I do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and restock this guy here. I don't know if that might have been a little early to do that. Oh well. The trope maker and the trope codifier. I think I'm thinking of the codifier one, right? For Dragon Warrior. Or Dragon Quest, really. I'm actually calling it still Dragon Quest for most of the video, because for a lot of the intro stuff, I'm more talking about the game in Japan, you know? But, I don't know, for the sake of how I'm doing things in the challenge, I have to call it, or to be consistent, I'm calling it Dragon Warrior, even though it pains me to kind of say that. Ultima and Wizardry aren't JRPGs, though, are they? Are they? I thought those were from the West. Both Ultima and Wizardry are stated as influences for the Dragon Quest I developers. But there were other Japanese RPGs before think like Dragon Slayer, I think, was before it. I think for the PC systems. I think one of the big things with Dragon Warrior that's interesting looking on it, it was that they were making it for a console as opposed to for PC audiences, and they said that actually really influenced. Dude, they're making so many tanks. This did not happen this time. They actually specifically said that was a big reason why they made it the way they did, was because they were like, well, we're bringing this to a new audience that isn't on the PC, that doesn't play the PC games, and may not even be familiar with Dungeons and Dragons. So that's why they kind of simplified a lot for Dragon Warrior and didn't really follow a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons designs. It's because they were making it for consoles that they kind of went that way. Kind of interesting. Yeah, OG Ginga no Sanin is another one by Enix themselves. It was called the Earthfighter Ryeza. Ryeza? I think it's R-E. I don't remember. Suji, you can tell me how to pronounce that word. Earthfighter Ryeza was the name of it originally when it was on PC systems. But I think Falcom. Falcom? Is that what they're called? Falcom? I think they made a handful of RPGs for PC systems in Japan too before Dragon Quest. The GameFAQs guy just translated to Riser. Well, you can look at the Wikipedia page at least. Oh, that last word, they translated it to Riser. I see. Ryza. Interesting. That's not how it looks on Wikipedia, but Ryza. Is it supposed to be Riser? I wonder if it is supposed to just be Riser. Earthfighter Riser. And it's just a Japanese pronunciation of that word. Because the Japanese language can't actually write a lot of English words, so they just have to get close as they can. It's the name of the mechs you ride. So there's a good chance that they were trying to call them riders. Interesting. Yeah, Ryza is the best thing they can, way they can pronounce Riser. And even that would be Ryza. Bum, bum, bum. It's kind of interesting, really, how different. And I mostly know Japanese through Suji, but a lot of Eastern languages are from Western ones, just structurally. There were some other ones, too. Oh, there's Tower Droga, the one he was talking about. Draga. So there were other Japanese RPGs, but it was really Dragon Warrior that established the JRPG style in the way, or like it was very influential. And it's kind of like, I don't know. Those games are the grandfathers of JRPGs. It's the father of JRPGs. I don't know. It's still obviously a bit. Dude, they're still building these medium tanks like crazy. At this point, these guys are just excess units. Maybe I'll keep one on each place, but there's not much of a reason to even do that. Wait, who's the one with the... Did I build an extra unit? I think I did. Whoops. I miscounted somehow. Oh well, maybe I'll just put a second batch on this island, I guess. Now that I've done it. Again, it also probably depends on how you describe JRPGs. Do you say all RPGs from Japan are JRPGs or not? You know, that whole argument. How's the war going? I've cheesed it. So on maps with only docks, submarines, can only be hit by sea units. So what I've done is I rushed their sea bases with submarines, and now they can't build any other sea units, but they also can't destroy, and now they can't destroy my submarines at all. So I've completely locked them into their island, and they can't progress, giving myself a ridiculous advantage. Still taking a while, because I have to now build my army up by taking buildings and increasing my economy, but I have majorly cheesed them. How many board boats are there? There's 3 over there, so let's keep building some mechs. Can't afford another cruiser yet. First RPG developed in Japan, Dragon and Princess straight up looks like Ultima. I've played, I mean, isn't technically the, wasn't Fa Xanadu a spin-off of the Dragon Slayer franchise? And then I played, on my own time, I played, what's that game called? I can't remember what it's called. I think it was another spin-off Dragon Slayer game. Or at least, it was not called the same thing in the US. What was it called? One of the first popular JRPGs, really? What's it called? Legacy of the Wizard, that's right. That's what it was called in the West. I put Legacy of the Wizard as well. What's the name of that game, Turtle? You guys try to get blasted by my cruisers while you guys move it up here. The Black Onyx. I think I heard of this one briefly. Dude, they have so many medium tanks, and they're all moving up this way. It's really funny. Can I actually keep someone on the dock to keep blasting them, I wonder? Should I fight the tanks first? Part of me thinks I should get rid of the infantry, but I don't know if they'll build more or not. Funny that they're all going up here. Is it because my cruisers are kind of close? Maybe they think I'm planning on docking here or something like that. This map is still taking a bit just because of how long the CPU turns still take. The other thing I could try to do is capture their sea bases, but that's gonna be tough because the moment I pop someone on there like a mech, they're gonna start trying to kill that mech like crazy. It's not gonna be an easy task at all. I mean, I guess I'll just start blasting tanks here, though. Well, let me see what happens. I'm actually gonna do something kind of silly. I'm gonna destroy an infantry first, and I'm gonna see if they build more infantry, or because if the infantry stays down, it's almost better to get rid of the ones that they're not just gonna rebuild right away, so that I can potentially reduce their turns. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, I'm actually close to that battery. I didn't realize that their battery can almost hit me. Wonder if I get rid of their battery right away, are they gonna build another one? I don't know. I'm hoping it won't take another 67 hours, but we were thinking there's a good chance it might reach 50. I mean, not 50, 100. We'll see. Okay, so these guys are just kind of waiting now on the time to attack. Oops. I wonder if I destroy their battery right away, if they'll do anything else or not. Do I have enough time to get a mech over there to that? No, I don't. It'd be faster probably for the lander just to come back over here. It's got a while. This game is the longest game in the challenge by pretty far. Actually, Mahjong's pretty long too, actually. Is Mahjong second longest now? Has it become second longest? I can't remember. All right, we got guys there now. If only the CPU turns didn't take so long, man. This map would be over a lot quicker. It's not like I'm doing anything that complicated here. I think this map is gonna come down to me having a lot of cruisers. Probably gonna build like 3 a turn eventually. Oh man, I'm so sore from yesterday, guys. Oh. Why do they have so many medium tanks, man? Ba ba ba. I hate having to just wait for them to move them all. It's so annoying. And if I keep blasting them, are they just going to keep making more? I'd have to have a lot of cruisers to keep up with it. And at some point, what do I need to get rid of a battery again? How many cruisers is it? Is 3 enough? 3 might be enough. I don't remember. Batteries are kind of annoying, but I feel like 2 cruisers, full cruisers, and 1 damaged cruiser should be enough. It might be time to go for that battery already. They have so many medium tanks trying to... They didn't do this last time. It's kind of interesting. They're behaving just a tad differently than before. They didn't build all these medium tanks when I blocked their sea bases like this. They actually behaved worse. This is a little harder now. Wait. It's been an hour and 14 minutes, man. This map might take a good chunk of the day still, just because of how long the finale is going to be. I think Suji called it. I'm not even going to get to Mahjong yet. Today. Sorry. I'm also sorry that I said, literally at the end of Monday's stream, I was like, I'm going to be back tomorrow, same time to stream. And then Suji reminded me right afterwards, like, no, you're not. We got plans tomorrow. So sorry for the kind of short cancellation of the stream. I finally figured out how to cancel a single stream on Twitch, though, in my schedule. I used to, I couldn't figure out how to cancel just a single stream as opposed to deleting it from my schedule entirely for every week, but I figured out how to finally do a single one. I knew it had to be possible. It seemed too stupid not to let it be possible. Theme of today, circus versus Mahjong. So far, it's looking like the circus is going to win, though. Their turns take so dang long. And they're building more tanks. They didn't build more infantry. You like Yoshi for the comedic factor? That one was pretty repetitive too, but it had its moments of intensity, I guess. A game like this is kind of just always slow, you know? Alright, you're getting dropped off here. And I continue to take more buildings. Once I get 9,999 money each turn, I can stop taking buildings. Still pretty far from that, though. I don't even know if I'll be able to get it by the end of this map, actually. Only 3K a turn. It's not that much. GP Wars. Well, yeah. I don't have a choice. Well, I guess I could still be content with beating the first campaign, but you've missed it, Nino. I've played this on 2 different streams already recently. Basically what I'm doing is I'm doing one map between each game, so I'm not going to be playing it as consistently. So I'm taking breaks from it constantly now. So it won't be just this for a while. So it's not going to be just this for the next 50 hours, basically, is what I'm saying. It'll be back and forth between this and other games. All right, let's see. I'm going to try going for the battery here. I think 3 should be enough. What was really hard before was that they had multiple batteries, but they only have 2 on this level, so, or 1, I mean, so it's not going to be that bad. So I think I should be fine here. I'm surprised they haven't built any howitzers, actually, to defend either. There's so many takes. These guys are still kind of waiting. Is this everybody? I could destroy the stray infantry too there. How was helping your sister move? Very exhausting. I got up at 6 and I didn't get back till 9. Just to give you an idea of how long I was helping for. Granted, it was like a few hour drive, so a good chunk of that was driving. But a lot of it was moving too. There was 3 different locations to move, to pick up stuff from, and then 2 different places to drop stuff up at too. So it was just a lot of work. Muscles are pretty sore. I think that's everything. Peace, I'm a good sibling. I guess so, right? She's... I don't want to share too much family business, but I was definitely willing to help. Just put it that way. Jeez, those batteries messed them up. That's even worse than I thought it was. Actually, there's a building there, isn't there? Suji was there too, but he actually got out of a lot of the moving because they were also... my mom and Suji in the end were cleaning up an apartment place she was staying at. Not an apartment, it was like someone renting their house to people when they were away kind of thing. I think. I don't know, I didn't totally get it. But they were making sure everything was nice and shiny before leaving. So he didn't get out of work, but he got out of moving. And he did help move at the beginning too. And actually, Dr. Bob helped at the end. Because he was still working, but we were done late. We weren't done till late in the evening, so he joined up at the end to help too. I don't think Dr. Bob's here though today. He's working in the office. Bum, 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 bum. Where? Dude, there's so many medium tanks up here. It's silly. It's almost too bad I can't, like, plant something down that the tanks can't get through just to, like, clog them. But I don't think there's a way to do that. Oh. A little tired from it, too, I think. I mean, I try to sleep well. I don't know. We'll see that I did a sleep test the night before last night. We'll see if I have sleep apnea or not. And if I do, hopefully I can address it and start sleeping better. That would be very nice if I could be not so tired all the time. But it feels even worse today because of all I did yesterday, I imagine. I'm slightly worried I'm allergic to something because when I was after my fast, I felt so much better than normal. And then I started eating again and I still feel kind of tired again, but I've heard that my doctor did say when you're fasting you actually do sleep more soundly, so it's possible that was making me not snore as much either. So who knows exactly what it is, but it's possible there's something I eat that makes me not feel as good too. Like I might be allergic to dairy or something. We'll see. I'll keep trying to figure it out. Still building more tanks. We need you fully attentive. Well, it does use up, like, I don't know, my mind does have to be aware. Mahjong is worse than this one, though. There's a lot of waiting on the CPU. But Mahjong has... I definitely found Mahjong to be much more mentally draining than this one. Alright, let's... see if I can get rid of this battery. I hope I can. He's not on home, so he's not as strong as it could be. Okay, I got it. Good. Now the question is it worth trying to repair this cruiser? I shot the wrong guy. You've got to be kidding me. All right, this cruiser now is bait. Because the battery's going to shoot the cruiser with 1 HP. And I kind of have to do that now if I want the other guys to have enough life to finish them off. If I can't knock one more out, though. Kaboom. Let's see. Start picking up more of these guys. I don't know how I want to handle the mechs yet. Still not certain about that one. Guess I'll take this dock, because I could use it to repair, but I'm not sure how much I'll need it. We'll see. This game was made by crazy people, while Yakuman Heaven was made by crazy people who obsessed with Mahjong. I definitely actually personally, I like this game more than Mahjong still. Again, it's definitely hurt by how slow it is. I cannot deny that. That's why it does not have that good of a rating still. But, definitely enjoy it more. I've actually been thinking about bumping it up to a 6 still, over the 5, but I don't know. It's hard to get past how slow the CPU movements are. But it is impressive how much content there actually is still, how many maps they made, regardless of, even if it was faster, it's still quite a bit. I have a lot of time to decide, it's true. I feel like I can change my scores all the way up until I actually make my review video. Because I have done that. I think I just changed the score recently. What was it? Oh, when I wrote my review for Murai-sama Castle, I bumped it up to an 8. Probably one of the... Because I definitely don't like it as much as Zelda and Mario Bros, but you know, that doesn't mean it can't be the same score. I've said this before, but the difference between a low 8 and a high 8 is the difference between a high 7 and a low 9, so there's plenty of room for variance in a single category. Whoa, how did I get so much money? Did I forget to build a cruiser last turn or something? I think I did. Suji writes reviews? No, he just reviews them, that's all. Suji doesn't write them. So I go through everything I do for YouTube, Suji reviews it. So he reviews my scripts before I think I called him an editor once, and I meant more the classical sense of an editor, like the editor of a book, not the editor of, like, an editor who makes your YouTube videos. That was kind of a misspoke on my part. I was using a different kind of definition. Ghostwriter reveal. No. Suji reviews my scripts for spelling, grammar, and, you know, when things aren't clear, gives me some ideas. For example, in Versus Super Mario Bros., I totally forgot about the level where the background goes blank, and he reminded me of it. And then he watches I still edit completely my YouTube videos, but he watches them and gives suggestions on lines that aren't clear or mess-ups that I make. And now I recently added another person to that YouTube watching list as well before my videos go up. Dude, I had a pretty bad mess up in my that I let slide in my Versus Super Mario Bros. Video before it went up, and they caught it, thankfully. I spelled August. How did I spell August, Suji? Remind me, it was terrible. Both of my, I think my editing skills are getting a lot better, too. Thank you. I've noticed there's things I've gotten better at. I still don't know how I feel about the... Yeah, I called it September. That's just because I wrote it and didn't, like, even look at it. I just wrote it and I went on. Not even sub. No, wasn't it September? No, maybe, I don't know. No, that's the Twitch thing, never mind. Yeah, September. You're saying turtle? I don't know, I think it was just September. I still don't know how, with my editing videos, I still don't know how I feel about purple background, moving images constantly. I wonder sometimes if it would be better to find video clips more than I do, but I don't know how to find that stuff fast enough. That's the big concern I have about my editing style now. Is the way I do things the best way to do things? Another thought I've had is, would it be better just to have, like, blurred gameplay background at all times instead of that purple background? I don't know. Not sure. One thing I improved recently is I added drop shadows to everything. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but my thumbnails and my videos have drop shadows now on all the objects that didn't before, and I think it makes them look a lot better. I've had some people praise the editing, yeah. I've seen positive comments for it, but that still doesn't mean it couldn't be better, you know, trying to think of just ways to improve still. Do. You think the purple background is fine? I do plan on adding console percentages eventually. I haven't had time to do it, unfortunately. I might have to use a third-party tool or something to make bars. I think what I want to do is just a progress bar for every console, and then put that at the end of my videos, basically. During the final part where I say thanks for watching the video and all that. I think that's my current plan, but I have to actually do it and see how it turns out. Your first video for you is which has the most issues is what is praised the most. Another thing I don't like in my first video is that I wasn't as good at pulling images out or individual objects out of images. So like when I show the NES, I know there's like a light gun I show where you see a lot of gross borders from the object I pulled it out of, like a lot of white around the edges. I've gotten a lot better at just slicing the part of the image that I want. It's one of the most time-consuming things I do, probably, actually. Is like trying to pull a console out of an image with a white background. I used to just use a color selector tool to remove the whites, but it just wasn't good enough, so now I actually draw around the entire image to pull them out. But not enough images out there with transparent backgrounds, man. Sometimes I find it, but oftentimes I can't. Oh, that's my... Well, Suji, that's less of a editing style that I've changed and just a flub that I missed. Yeah, there's a part in my first video, my first big summary video, where I say the home market console instead of the home console market. It's a pretty silly mess up. Oh, that one will forever haunt me. I also think just the way I talk isn't as good in the first video, too. I think that's probably gotten better with time. It's still, and that could probably still use improvements, too, I think. Sometimes I feel like the way I talk isn't the best, but... just learning how to get better. I think I've gotten better at enunciating better, but not just that, I've gotten better at catching poor enunciations and trying to fix them. It's still not perfect, though, so I want to still get better at that. My enunciation is just kind of weak in general. But I don't accept... I don't accept... I accept less than I used to, and I re-record lines more than I used to while I'm recording the lines, which I think is a good thing, ultimately. Because remaking a video is just not really easy to do. Because it wouldn't be placed in the right place in my uploads. It would suddenly show up as a recent video. B, I would lose anything I have on the original. YouTube isn't designed... YouTube isn't designed well for trying to make an upgraded version of a video, say for it being something completely new. Yeah, they have a lot of takes over here. The only thing I can really change are my old thumbnails, and I kind of want to, actually. I want to add the drop shadows to a lot of old ones, but that's a lot of work. But I don't know if it's worth it or not. You can't even edit videos easily and fix, like, a small mistake without totally taking the whole thing down. The only thing you can change on a YouTube video that's already live is muting certain parts, and I think blurring certain things, but that's more to, like, try to resolve demonetization sections. So YouTube has provided a tool where if you say something or show something that gets you demonetized, you have the ability to cut that part out of your video, essentially. It's why some videos look really weird at parts or get muted randomly. It's because they're trying to skirt demonetization with the tools that YouTube has allowed them to do. So you can't rewrite those sections, but you can, mute them or blur them. But it's just not feasible to, like, I could make a new version of it, but it just doesn't work well with how YouTube is designed, really. In theory, at some point, I actually think I'd like to get to a point where I could pay someone else to edit the videos, to be honest. I don't hate it, but it's time-consuming. And I feel like it's possible with an editor. I might be able to upload 2 a week, which would be ideal for me, because it's going to take forever to get through a lot of games. I'd like to upload 2 a week, but I just can't right now. But maybe with an editor I could. But it'd have to be making enough money to justify it. I'd probably let them take a bit more liberty, too, with the intro stuff. They don't have to necessarily copy my editing style, you know, as long as they fit my words into an engaging way. I'd still have to obviously write scripts and record scripts, which takes a while still. But cutting out the editing process, in theory, I think would let me double my output. The problem is, as it stands right now, it's going to be like a million years to get all those videos up. But obviously I can't really afford that right now. I mean, I could afford it, but it wouldn't be paying itself back. And I'd run out of money eventually if it didn't take off soon enough. So hopefully I can start supplying enough cruisers here just to be destroying tanks faster than they can make them. I could try to start dropping off mechs, but frankly, they're gonna get kind of messed up by these tanks. Maybe if I swarm with enough, I can start taking buildings, but then they're just gonna build infantry and recapture and all that. One thing I've changed recently that takes a little longer, a little more effort on my part, but I used to just kind of trust Suji's final edit or editing comments or review comments, make those and assume it was good, which kind of wasn't great. Now I'm rewatching my entire video before I upload it, and if I find a mistake, I rewatch it again, which is kind of time consuming, but I'm really trying to get better at stopping problems from slipping through. I got really mad in my 10-yard fight video. There's a part where I'm talking about Mega Man, and the screen behind it goes completely black for a moment instead of the purple background. Oh, and I was very bummed about that. And that typo recently was another one that made me upset. I don't remember what it was, but I said something really stupid. August. I misspelled August. So, I'm trying to get better, especially when I got to Mario Bros. And Zelda. I was like, I want to try to be more thorough with my catching of... I did not mean to build that guy. Oh well. At least he's cheap. Wonder what it's like for some of those really big YouTubers, you know? They, of course, they have editing teams, probably, but I wonder how thorough they have to be. Although, you know, not everyone's trying to do a weekly series. Some people do, though. Putting time constraints on yourself makes it a little tougher, but I also think it's a good thing at the same time. I don't know, it's a bit of a mixed bag, I guess. Do I blow up tanks, or do I get, like... Might be kind of nice to get rid of this APC with the dude. Sure. I don't know if they'll rebuild this guy. And the less guys they have, the shorter their turns are. Yeah, daily series is wild. I imagine a lot of those are done like a week in advance, so at least you have time to make up or adjust for, you know, things going wrong or whatever you need to adjust for. That's it's wild to me doing that though. I mean, I guess I could do daily uploads. I mean, I kind of do daily uploads with the VODs, but that's just low effort, you know, stream dumps. So, those aren't really heavily edited at all. And as we recently saw, a new mistake I am prone to, apparently. I will accidentally upload the wrong video entirely. That's the first time that's happened, though. That happened. I think what I'm just basically gonna do is there's a point in the week where after reviewing our scripts now, Suji and I will also go through my VODs and just check all the descriptions. I think I'll just click on all of them too to make sure the video itself is right as well. It's just a simple thing to do. That shouldn't take too long to make sure that doesn't happen again. I think I might just cruiser only this. I don't know if I'll use the mechs on the boats, to be honest. Because eventually they just won't be able to keep up. I will say, I don't know. Some people talk about, you know, how hard, whether or not it's hard, streaming is a hard job, or making YouTube is a hard job. I would definitely take this over what I have done in the past, but there's a lot of time that goes into things behind the scenes. The streaming is probably the easiest part. I guess if you're just streaming, then that's a different story. That's not even that's not completely easy though, because you kind of have to always be on, if that makes sense. You always have to be, you know, making sure you're paying it, you're talking with people, and I don't know. Even that's not completely, free. It's not the same as just playing games on your own. So I don't know, I would definitely say I prefer this over other things, but there's definitely a lot of work that goes into it, especially the YouTube side of things. It's definitely not a just completely work-free kind of job or anything like that. And there's probably some people that put less effort into it than others. Bum bum banana banana circus music. Ooh, man. Still yawning, even though I slept again in the early or late morning and then drank coffee. Just exhausted, I guess. Dude, I hate how long it takes for the CPU to decide to do nothing with the unit. That's so frustrating. Wonder what it is. Like, does every unit then, when they're selecting someone, scan every other unit on the board and then make their decision based on that? So that either you don't get to Mahjong or the program doesn't mess up. Oh, let's hope that's not the case. I'll just switch to Mega Man, I guess, if worse comes to worse. I'm always down to switch to Mega Man. Still not sure what I want to do for Play Choice 10, Mario's Open Golf 2. Whether or not I want it, because the big question is, do I want to try to beat every CPU? Part of me thinks I can do it, just because of how good, like I had a minus 14 run that one time, but I don't know how hard they get. If they get ridiculously hard, that might be a bad idea to try to do that. Like, if they expect me to get a birdie in every hole, eventually, kind of like versus golf, that could end up being really hard. Ooh, we got Kirby finally coming up. Kirby is about to enter the picture soon. And finally, the last of the Versus Famicom Disk System port. Wonder why they did Clue Clue Land so late, and why they even did it to begin with. X would be cool to see. You know what I'm kind of looking forward to? I'm kind of looking for the Frog for Whom the Bell Tolls. Kind of looking forward to that one. I don't know too much about it, but I'm kind of interested in it. Sorry, I built you by mistake, which means your unfortunate fate is to explode. Why does infantry explode like that, huh? Alright, here comes more cruisers. Wonder if I should just get rid of this infantry guy down here, too. I probably will eventually. I'm not running out of units yet, but I probably will eventually here. What is up with all the takes here, man? Okay. I'll have you get destroyed. I'll destroy another one, and then these guys will probably focus on infantry and stuff for now, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. If they keep building infantry, then I don't necessarily want to destroy them, because the tanks cost them more money. So it's better for them to spend. Or something? I don't know. Can I get any of those APCs down low, though? I don't think so. That one, actually. Let's look at that one. Those dudes on it. Too bad I can't quite destroy them in one shot. Eventually, these guys are gonna start running out of bullets, though. That's the problem with cruisers, is I feel like they run out of bullets really fast when you're relying on them like this. Because a lot of units just you're more just like, I don't know, trading so much they get destroyed eventually, you know, and then they don't run out of bullets. But these guys live in a situation like this, and they end up running out of bullets before anything else. I could always just be taking trips to the dock, too. It's a little annoying, though. There's nothing that close. Wish there was closer docks. Alright. Now the slow and steady picking off of their units begins now. Although it'll probably still take a while because they're going to keep building more. Don't know how much they're building a turn, though. They haven't really done more than just one. I still think they might be hoping for a chance to build a cruise ship on the docks. I could almost let them do that and then just destroy them immediately with submarines, but I don't want to take the chance. Because that would force them to spend more money. I don't know if at this point that matters too much, though. Still going to keep taking buildings, though, because I don't have full economy yet. I might as well. Be deep. Be deep. Be deep. Takes so long to just slowly take these buildings when it's just me up here. I mean, I guess it would take even longer with other units, but I just feel like it's taken a few turns to actually happen. Why did I move one cruiser there and not the other? Oh, still only enough for one cruiser every other turn, though. I don't know if I'm going to reach full money on this turn. I don't know if there's enough buildings for it. Because I don't even have halfway there yet. Close, though. I think that is good for now. Weep, weep, weep. Do-do-do. Circus music begins again. It is possible to change the music, but this is now my favorite. You're singing harmony with it now. This has become too much my favorite pair of songs. Maybe I'll change it sometimes, but I definitely prefer these two now. I know, Turtle, you like the other set better, but I guess it's nice for variety, but at the same time it's kind of annoying to think about switching. I mean, how could we not have the circus music? It's a staple part of this game now. Kind of sounds like the Tetris A music for a couple of tones. Doo-doo. Bum 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 bum. Do. I guess it is nice to have variety sometimes, though, with a game this long. Do do do. I definitely like the player, this soundtrack better for the player's turn. Turtle, you're the one that got us started on this being the circus music. That's what, you're the one that, well, did you call it a circus or did you call it? I can't remember. All I know is that you're the one that got us started on it. Why can't I remember the Tetris A song? I think I'm just thinking of the B song right now. I even played Tetris. Yeah, it's interesting. I like almost everything about this game, but the slow CPU turns are terrible. And that's just because it's on the Game Boy. So there's a lot I like about this, but it's so slow just because of how slow the CPU turns are. It's brutal. But other than that, I wouldn't mind this game so much. But yeah, it has been a long time. I finished the first campaign at like 50-something hours. No, 60? When did I don't remember now. 60-something hours. But now I just started the second campaign. They actually made a version of this game later on called Game Boy Wars Turbo, which basically sped up the CPU turns to be much faster. But when you're doing a challenge of playing every Nintendo published game, you don't have a choice to play the better version. Humorously enough, Nintendo did not publish Game Boy Wars Turbo either, so I've only played this game once, and I'm playing the worst version of it. Or at least the slower version of it. I thought about that, Suji, but they would pretty quickly swarm back down. Yeah, well, there's Game Boy Wars 2 and 3, but I'm not playing either of those either. Neither of them were published by Nintendo, interestingly enough. Which is really bizarre, because they own the IP. It's a rare case where an IP they own wasn't actually published by them. But 67 hours is a long time to be playing this game. It's the longest in the challenge so far. And it's a Game Boy game. I can't believe it. Not what I would have expected, you know. Looking at what the console typically had. Because everything up until that point were often like shorter versions of NES games. Heck, how long did Kung Fu Masters take? That game was so fast. Alright, I don't know if I want these landers to move down. I'm still not totally sure. I don't have the batteries, actually, so they don't have the batteries, so I can move a little closer around, too, with them. Like, is it a good idea just to swarm mechs and start taking buildings, or are those tanks still a problem? Actually, I not too long ago played Final Fantasy Adventure, and that was one I'd never played before, and I was very pleasantly surprised by it. Compared to everything else I'd played, it kind of blew me away. I'd say I'm still pretty early in the Game Boy, though. Fairly early. I've had it for a bit now, but... Like, what year did the Game Boy come out again? I don't know, but I'm in 91 right now, so I think it still has a decent amount of life left to it. 89. So yeah, it's been out for a couple years, but... So I've been on it for a little bit, but it's definitely still got some time left. And I've had some other fun ones, too, like Super Mario Land. Some of the Mega Man games, DuckTales. There's been some solid ones on it still, but Final Fantasy Adventure was the one that really blew me away. That surprised me. Yeah, it's Mystic Quest in Europe, and it's... I think it also... In Japan, does it have mana in the title? I can't remember. It's got different names all over the place. I'm just using the names that... Because I'm playing the versions of the game in general that came out in my country, so... That's just the names I'm using for the challenge. I just had to pick something. And when I ever catch up to Nintendo, I'll obviously be playing the ones that I can buy here, too, so... Although now that doesn't happen as much. The weird name changes all over the place. But it used to definitely be much more common. Mystic Quest Legend. But that's probably been my favorite on the Game Boy so far. I haven't hit Link's Awakening yet. That'll be a favorite once I get to it, I'm sure. I've already played that one, though. I think we're good for this turn. So wait, what is it called in Japan? Is it still just Final Fantasy Adventure then? It actually kind of... Oh, it's just called Final Fantasy Guide. No, wait, Seiken Den... Oh, we've talked about this before. The Seiken Densetsu is what the Mana series is called in Japan. Is that what it is? Legend of the Sacred Sword. Is that correct? I don't know. I can't even remember now. We've talked about this before and I already forgot everything. Yeah, it is Seiken Densetsu in Japan. So, not Mana, but it had a name that more closely ties it to the Mana series in Japan. But it did have Final Fantasy in the title too, so I don't know. Kind of interesting how they changed names. I was surprised that, like, that one game on the Game Boy Advance, Kuruden, I'm surprised they kept that name, to be honest. Because kudu, as I talked about in my video on Clue Land, is an onomatopoeia for spinning. And in that game, you spin a bunch. But for a person from the West to see kudu, that does not communicate spinning at all. So I'm a little surprised they actually didn't change the title of that one to something that implies spinning more. I guess Clue Land is a little odd too, because that also doesn't speak of spinning. And Clue came from kudu. Even though that's not the same thing either. It's really kind of funny. I would have thought they would have translated it differently. Something to do with spinning in the title. I actually played that game not too long ago. It's kind of fun. I played it for the first time, the GBA game. It's so funny how OP this submarine strat is, though. It's totally busted their brains. There's so much waiting for the CPU here. I see their home base is like... I don't know if it's legs or arms. I feel like I go back and forth, but it looks like something standing there, like going up and down. They are building a tank-a-turn. What if I should start swarming it? Just try it. Problem is, if I'm not consistent at it, they'll probably just fizzle out. I don't know if I have the landers to consistently do it. Should I do... Wondering if I should, how I should do it, if I should change how I'm doing it here. Okay, these guys are about to run out of bullets already. Ding! Goodbye, infantry. And, like, should I keep supplying mechs down to the shoreline to fill up on landers? I don't know. How many do we got here now? A lot. Alright, let's start blowing up some tanks. Eventually, guys back here are gonna start running out of money, too. Yeah, I played Radar Mission already. The submarine hunting game was kind of hard, actually. Like, I beat it on the easiest difficulty, but I didn't even beat it on the harder ones. That one was was that made by Nintendo? I think it was. I wish I could tell you there's a video on YouTube of me summarizing my time with the game, but that's probably not coming out for like a year because of how behind I am on those. Or not behind, but how much they trail behind the actual Twitch videos. I kind of cheesed it. The game mode A too. I played it once normally and I lost near the end of it because you have to beat them like 3 times in a row. And I changed the settings to allow me to be a little bit more OP. Because you can make it so that you have the power-ups and they don't. It's kind of funny that they let you do that. Yeah, there you can see the list of all the games, and you could probably even see the Game Boy ones that I have played so far. Thank you for the follow. Let's see if I can say your name right now. For Nom Nom. Do. Boom. I'm gonna have to just leave someone with odd health here, but I guess... Oh, just kidding. I have to restock him. Get over there. Oh, there's like dudes in the way. Okay, that'll work. Got too many cruisers already. I don't know where I want to put him. Maybe I'll start trying to land mechs, see how it goes. It may go terribly, though, I feel like. We'll try. I think I'm just going to try doing it from one angle for now. Trying to only drop one off on that other port sounds really obnoxious. I could try to take the submarine bases, but... I feel like I'm risking things a little bit. Well, maybe I could pull it off. Because that would be a real hit to their economy if I could actually take these spots. And then all I would have to do is plant submarines again on them, and it would be fine. Might try it. Hopefully I don't regret it. Because if I have guys like close to their home base, they're going to target the guys close to the home base before the guys taking the seaport. So maybe I might be able to pull it off. We'll see. Well, I've seen it a little bit now because I was testing my Super Scope to make sure it works. It looks like it's a collection of a bunch of shorter games. Hence the 6 part of the name. And I think they're more just like high score chasey kind of games, I think. I don't know. It was just a quick glance at them. We'll see more when I get to it. Shouldn't be too long from now. So maybe I don't get too stuck on Game Boy Wars between sessions. We'll see how long it actually takes for me to finish. Oh, I've hit unit limit already? Shoot. Let's get rid of this guy. Really? Who's using up all my units? I guess it's these landers with the mechs are part of it. Part of the problem here. Shoot. I'm just gonna... if I have to choose, I'm gonna focus on cruisers. Shoot, I don't even have enough... Oh, man, this isn't great. I can't even build more. So I hit unit limit. Oh well. I could have destroyed the guy who ran out of fuel or ammunition instead. I don't know. It's probably better still just to restock them though. Just takes time. So like Barker Bill, yeah, I think kind of similar to that. Kind of. I'm hoping my batteries last long enough for that game, because the Super Scope costs batteries. How many Super Scope games I got? I got that one, Yoshi Safari. Is there any others, or is it just those 2? Oh no, there is another game with like mechs or something that it might not have ever left Japan. What's that game called? It was made by like Intelligent System or Hudson Soft or something like that. What is that game? Battle Clash? That might be it. Did that make it to the West? It was Intelligent Systems. I don't know if those are mechs or just robots. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, I think. Did it ever release in... Oh, yeah, it came out in North America. It wasn't just Japan. Oh, it debuted in the West, too. You're right. So I was completely wrong about that aspect of it. I don't know if there's any more besides those. You know, it's kind of funny when you look at the challenge. The Super Nintendo was like half third-party games, I think. Roughly. Third-party games they publish in other regions. Oh, maybe I'm getting it confused with that title, too. Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge. Oh, that's another. Oh, Tin Star, you're right, there is more. Is Tin Star also? Oh, I think that one's a different company. Yeah, I mentioned Yoshi Safari. Tin Star was not Intelligent Systems, but both those other two ones were. That other one didn't even come out in Japan. I wonder if the Super Scope just was not doing well there. I don't know if the Super Scope did that well here, though, to be honest. I don't remember even hearing about it when I was a kid, to be honest. I just was not... Wait, is Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge a sequel to the Battle Clash? It is. Okay, so it's another game in the Battle Clash series. Yeah, I think they are all in the West. I don't know what I was getting confused with then. Might just be the art style that threw me off. I was like, this looks like a game that... you know what? It's annoying, but I think I have to make this guy go this way. This is where it almost would be smart to destroy them instead of restocking them, but oh well. Probably about evens out in the end. Well, I might have to buy more batteries then, because it probably is not going to last through all of those. We'll see how fast it eats them up. I'll try to be careful about turning it off every time I'm done using this. It uses 6 batteries, I think, 6 AA's. Boom. Every single Super Scope game released in the West? Interesting. I wonder if it did do a little better here than it did in Japan then. Were there much more besides those games? Like, did third parties make any Super Scope games? I wonder. It's a bit of a grind to get rid of all these tanks, but I knew it would come eventually here. It's going pretty smoothly, I would say, too. They're either side modes or ports of arcade-like gun games. Interesting. What attachments am I going to need for the N64? Anyone know? I mean, obviously I need stuff like the save pack, and it'd probably be nice to have a rumble pack, too. Like, Ocarina of Time uses the rumble pack for secrets, although I already probably going to be able to know where they all are. Do I need to actually get a 64 DD, though? Do I actually have to get one, or can you use an EverDrive to play them? I can't remember. I have to look into that. I don't know. I can't remember if we ever figured out what I need to do in regards to that one. Okay, let's do the I hope I don't regret this move of dropping off mechs at the base. Let's do 2 batches here. I just want to be able to take a dock here. I don't know if I can. I'll try, though. This is going to cause the tanks to start moving, though. I hope I don't regret this. I maybe should have saved before doing this. Oh, well. Game Boy adapter and the N64 mic. Yeah. Wonder how those work with the EverDrive. I'll have to look into some of that stuff when it comes time to it. What's the... I didn't know... I remember the GameCube mic. What was the N64 mic? Oh, I have to do that for... that Pikachu. Hey, you, Pikachu. That's right. Forgot about that. I'm gonna yell at Pikachu. I'm gonna start getting rid of infantry here. That one will be golden for you guys. It's probably gonna be annoying one to play. But I'm sure it'll be funny to watch, yeah. How many more can I build? Because I can build 3 with my money. Oh, unit limit. Too many of these guys, I guess. Okay, let's see how this goes now at home base. I'm not my expectations are kind of low though, to be honest. Did anything else use the GameCube mic other than Mario Party? That's what I remember using it. Yeah, this is more or less what I expected here. I don't know if this is gonna work at all. This might just be a job for cruisers. I almost shouldn't have done this, because now I'm gonna... Well, he didn't move forward, which is a little surprising. What, are they waiting for a lander to pick them up? Is that what they're doing there? It's kind of funny. This is not really what I want. I was kind of hoping they'd go for the guys on the right. Not that one. Because I want to put a guy on the dock. But I might not be able to do that. Like, they're just going to be able to hit the guy on the dock easily. But maybe if I move more mechs in down there, it'll scare him enough. Are you kidding me? They're hitting that guy? It's like they know he's near the dock. Maybe another turn of this will be enough, though. If I actually start planting guys on the buildings, they'll take those guys out instead. We'll see. This might turn out to be a pretty fruitless endeavor, though. Especially if they land that APC to the left of him. Oh, they're still moving those guys up, though. Interestingly enough. Attachments are one of the trickier things in the challenge, because the EverDrive can handle a lot, but obviously it's not going to make a microphone sprout out from my GameCube. Aw, man, this sucks. I kind of knew this would happen. Well, I might be able to destroy that guy with carriers. I don't know if I have anyone close enough, though. Yeah, this was kind of a failure. It's not really setting me back, but it's just not going to let me get there as fast as I was hoping I would be able to. I wanted to be able to reduce their economy, but I don't know if I can. I might just have to slowly use carriers to wipe them all out. That might just be how this ends up turning out. At least it's making me have more units I can build again. Like, they really don't actually have that much left already. Their numbers are already starting to dwindle a little bit here. Goodbye, mechs. They left one mech alive, though, so he'll be able... If I put him on the building, he's at least going to distract them a little bit. I don't know if it'll be enough, though, to start taking docks or anything like that. But at least they didn't even, like, get close to getting rid of the lander, which is what would have gotten them... Which would have made this bad, but it didn't even get close to happening, so... Probably still just going to build another medium tank, I imagine. A little curious if they'll change their plan. Ooh, another APC. Interesting. Oh, great. I've triggered something in them to make them build more. That's annoying. See, this is why I was slightly worried about doing this. Ah, you know what? Dude, this is bad now. He just made 1,000,000 APCs. I should have done this. All right, you know, we're just getting rid of these guys. They're not worth it. We're gonna be cruising it up the whole way. That's the way this is gonna go. Because now I actually did make it harder on myself, simply because I triggered the CPU into building a ton of APCs. That means I am going to just get rid of a bunch of guys that I don't want here now, that are taking up unit limits. I don't see trying to take the base as a viable strat here. I could get it eventually, but it's probably better just to carry or destroy them. with time. Honestly, I think I'm gonna just get rid of all of these guys too. I have cash and I don't have units, so. Goodbye, everybody. It's so annoying that I made them build that many APCs, though. It was better when they were just building a million tanks. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but I actually did want to do that. I forgot that I was going to start my turn that way. Alright, the top right is just about taken. Middle right is just about taken. Who was actually still taking building here? You are not. What is my money at right now? 6K. Yeah, I'm definitely not reaching 9K for this level. It's just not even possible. Well, maybe if I took enough of their bases, but... There's still a decent amount here, though. This is the first island I went to, and it's one of the last ones. I maybe should have dropped my second batch that I accidentally made off here. Alright, let's keep getting at these guys. The annoying thing here is that carriers just run out of bullets, so... I'm gonna have to constantly be trying to manage my ammunition here and people moving in and out. And I might start fusing guys instead of, restocking. I don't know. The bases are kind of far away, so it's a little annoying. I want you guys to be able to, going to Mahjong, back to Mahjong, I want you guys to be able to see the program I'm using. So the screen is, I don't know, it was a little hard to find a good stream setup for it though, so it's gonna be a little weird. I found something I think I'm happiest with, but it's still not quite ideal. You'll maybe see it today even, we'll see. Out of ammo. That guy's definitely close enough though that I'll just move him in here. What's OP about this now is that, well, I guess they could build howitzers and batteries to hit my ships, but their tanks can't do anything to these carriers, or cruisers. It's a lot of tanks gone already. But now they got a bunch back at, actually at the home base now that I have to deal with. And all those stupid APCs, that was so dumb with me. I'm mad about it now. Can he hit that guy? Oh, he can. Sure. Ooh, he's at 9, too. If I get lucky, this might wipe him out, because usually it brings him down to 2. But with the disadvantage, yeah, nice. Bring him in for the attack. These guys have full ammunition too still. I think this guy's trying to... I don't know if this dock was worth it. It's so far away. I start having a steady stream of guys going to and from the docks to recharge too. Which is why I eventually wonder if it's better just to merge. We'll see, I guess. I don't think this is going to take too much longer. Certainly not going to be... Well, all those APCs slowed it down. So that's kind of annoying. More cruisers is the plan. That left side is gone now. We got no one left over there. But I do have all these APCs I have to deal with now. And unfortunately, they don't quite get destroyed in one turn, so I still have to spend 2 cruisers on them, which is too bad. Is my camera slowing down? Or am I just... Oh, so it's fine. A little curious to where these guys will move their movie back up there. That's kind of fine, honestly, because that's closer to a dock, so I'm okay with that. I don't know what they're waiting on. I might just send my cruiser that's going up there to recharge, just to slowly pick those guys off. Kind of funny. I think it's one of two things. I think they're seeing it as either they needed to defend that spot because it's the closest to my base, so they think I might be sending landers there. It's either that or they think that's where they need to be picked up from landers. It has to do with the shoreline, I'm pretty sure. That's up there. I just got disconnected from chat for a second. I don't know why that happens. That's twice in this stream, actually. Bum, ba-da, bum. Letting them build, or triggering them to build those APCs is just... They probably just see the top left as more valuable because A, that's the place with all the cities, and it's close to my docks. I don't know. That's just my guess. They have some guys on the right, too. Oh, now they're, like, covering the shoreline up with APCs after what I did. It's so annoying. Please go back to just building tanks, please. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have poked the bear. Maybe for the next map turtle, I'll do an old song for you, or the other set of songs for you. I hate how they put guys back there, though. Like, I think my cruisers can still hit them if they get close enough. Uh-oh. No, I think they can. But it's kind of annoying. Just a tank, that's it. Okay, thank goodness. Now I gotta waste a bunch of turns on these APCs, though, because I was stupid. Imagine how much longer this map would have taken, though, if I didn't do the boat strat, or the submarine strat, honestly. It would have been terrible, because I would have been having to fight them on these islands and everything. Would have been way worse. Did I supply? I don't remember. Yeah, I did. You guys are done, so goodbye. Don't need you here anymore, because it's literally impossible for them to take those islands. Kaboom. It's kind of sad thinking this map will probably only get, like, what? Maybe a minute of dialogue in my summary video. Maybe, probably not even. And yet here I am spending hours on it. I can't actually reach that tank still. Like what? I'm probably just going to say, oh, this one I was able to submarine cheese, and it was easy. Maybe I'll say something with them clogging the I didn't mean to do that. What a bummer. Stupid. I think I can build him here safely. Remove him here. Goodbye. Wait, was this one bait? I don't think so. There was a stage in the first game that had a north-south, like a boat level where I started on the north and east on the south, but it didn't look like this. I wasn't on the top left like this. I don't think there was quite as many buildings in the middle. Of course, there wasn't cruisers in that game either. Or, I mean, submarines. I think they might be able to hit me from there. No, I don't know. Let's just see. Can't remember who can move on water and who can't. Guess I'm dealing... Well... Do I deal with APCs first? I feel like I gotta. They'll keep building tanks. These APCs, they'll stop building eventually. I think. I don't know, hopefully they'll just start bombarding me with APCs when they're, like, just trying to struggle to stay alive. Keep their numbers up. I feel like that would be a strat that might actually stop me. I don't think they'll do it, because of the way the CPU works. But if they just build infantry every single turn, I don't know if my cruisers could keep up with that. Because they have enough buildings to build, like, 10 of them each turn, or whatever it would be. 6, 7, 8. 8 of them each turn. Now I would need double the cruisers for each of those. Maybe I could get it eventually, but oh, that would be really annoying if they did that every turn. Yeah, but it would counter my current strategy, and I'd have to build a bunch to deal with it, and I don't know. It would be obnoxious if they did that at the very least. That's a counter to my current strat, I guess, is all I'm saying. And now we wait for them to move again. I should have put my guys on the island. I should have thought about how that would make them play more defensively. Because usually, for them, defensive is spam a bunch of minor units on all the buildings. And that's exactly what they did. And it's really annoying to deal with. He's CPU thinking, man. Oh, dude, my legs. I'm so sore. Hello, getting up close and personal, aren't you? So I think I can hit that guy. 1, 2, 3, 1. Dude, why am I so bad at counting? Oh, are you serious? Another guy that they're plopping all the way down there? This is kind of annoying. They're all running away, you bunch of cowards. Is there, like, can I hit that spot still from behind the submarines? I think so, dude. Now their APCs are just playing scaredy cat. Oh my goodness, this is so annoying. I'll be able to get him eventually, but it's just tedious. Why are they all running away like this? Interesting that he didn't move anywhere. Oh well, their turns will start shrinking. The more of these units I take a turn. I'm gonna have to start hunting them down on the edges though, which is kind of obnoxious. Wonder what it'll be like to sift through these battles and get clips out for the summary. So much footage I could use, but so little I'm probably going to talk about each individual mission. Well, that guy's been hurt. He'll die in one hit to a cruiser. I think he was the one that fought the full-life mech earlier. Dun, 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 dun. That guy has 9 life? Oh, that's right. He shot the mech once, too. But it had 3 HP. And another medium tank. There it is. Well, at least I just really wish I didn't trigger the APCs. I'd probably be a lot further along if I didn't do that, to be honest. And I didn't accomplish much. All I did was make it worse for myself. Slowly taking a few more buildings. Don't know how much it matters in the end. What's gonna matter, but might as well. Can I hit that guy down low here? No. It's kind of wild how long this level is actually still taking me, despite how quickly I made them not able to build cruisers. Okay. Sure. Too bad I can't get, like, it's not a one-to-one deal. It's annoying that it takes 2 to have to even deal that last little bit of damage. I can't really think of a better way to do it that wouldn't cause this to happen. Save for having guys on shore to pick them off or to damage them, but we saw what happened when I put guys on shore. They made 1,000,000 APCs. Okay. You'll go back to the base. Get refueled. I'm glad those bases are here, though. That'd be really annoying. If they weren't, I'd probably just get rid of the cruisers right when they run out of ammo, to be honest. I can hit this guy, though. Cruisers are really good against tanks. Oh, I can even hit those guys down there. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on this guy first here. I might even start being able to destroy their tanks on a regular basis that spawn on the base. Wonder if I can still get him with 2. The home base might make it harder. We'll see. In which case, I wonder if it's even worth it. Until it's the last guy. Did I supply yet? Not. This guy down up here? Yeah. Goodbye, my last infantry. You served me well. Okay. That guy can start blasting him. Can these guys actually reach anyone? Oh yeah, the guy on home. Sure. Maybe it would be better to move to the right, get rid of those APCs and stuff. Let's just see what happens when I go for a medium tank at home base, though. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna... Well, no, because it's a full unit against it, so this might still work well. We'll see what happens. So if I can still have a cruiser destroy, or 2 cruisers destroy 1 batch of tanks even on home base. Oh no, not even close. Okay, so they are nastier. Don't think I need to waste my time firing on him now, though, because they'll just... I can make him waste money and it'll still be just as many shots in the future. How close am I now? I'm getting pretty close. It's just a matter of picking off these last few units, but I triggered them to make a bunch of weak guys, which was kind of annoying, to be honest, because now I had to deal with all these weak guys. I moved a guy too close into the base, and it scared them, and they built a bunch of weak dudes to protect it, and now I have to slowly pick them off. But yeah, that's the nature of this game, is they just keep building, so it takes a while. But this, like this turn right here, we can see how, like, there's no tanks left over here on the left. So that's good progress. Let's get this guy close. We should be able to start blasting him. Get more cruisers down there. I don't think I have too much left here. Oops, no, I don't need to fuse them. Build some cruisers here. Oh, I got more cruisers to move. That's right. I'm constantly building. This might be the most cruisers I've ever had, actually. I don't know if I ever quite reached this peak. Because what's easy about this level is cruisers can hit every single spot. I don't need landers. And when I try to use landers, it messed me up. Then, of course, I got the submarines blocking. Did I move these guys? Yes, I did. Bum-bum. Wonder where this hurt tank is going to go. Is he going to retreat down to the bottom left, or is he going to just move over to the left like a lot of the tanks did? Watches this game is the one that gets 1 million views. I doubt it. do. Oh, they just moved him to the left. I'll take it, though. If this one wants to randomly pop off. Do. I'm not gonna complain. Do. No! Why are you guys all retreating? It's because they're already scared of losing. I think. I don't know. It's just annoying because I gotta move my cruisers all the way over there now. I think they're running away, though, because they're not safe down there anymore. They're trying to move to other safe spots. Or something. still have to deal with this infantry and stuff too. It's just gonna take a while to whittle away at them. It's kind of funny how OP the submarine strat still really is in the end, though. They're all moving over to this right island, and maybe they're doing it because I got less cruisers over here. But eventually there'll be more, and eventually they'll just wipe them out. Okay. Probably gonna build one more tank, I'm guessing. Yep. It's okay. As long as I got 2 cruisers on the left, I can blow them up immediately. It's not a big deal. I am building plenty of cruisers a turn. Okay, let's see. Guess it's nice to have someone here who can quickly restock when needed, so let's keep that guy as the one that's shooting them. Goodbye. I think I'm definitely just going for a wipeout strategy here, though. I can start hitting this guy. Wish he was a little closer, but that's how it goes. Fortunately, infantry is... For the cruiser, infantry is equal to a tank, because both take 2 hits still. Oh, is this what you were talking about earlier, Suji? Yeah, so they do better against tanks than they do against infantry. I guess it's because it's harder to hit a bunch of little guys or something with big missiles from far away. Okay. That guy is down. Okay, now I gotta start bringing dudes closer. Wait, actually, can I hit this infantry from here? Do I want to, though? It's probably better just to get him closer. How much bullets does he have left, though? Oh, he's got plenty. He does not have any left, though. So he's got to go back. I'll have him go up to this one, because now I want guys over here on the right, anyway. So I just have to kind of slowly whittle these guys down next. He's almost out, too. I'm gonna keep a guy up here ready to fight the tank that appears down this way, so I'll keep 2 guys up here, and that should be all I need to do. And they can recharge when necessary, or maybe 3 guys then, 1 to recharge occasionally. And then the rest can start moving down this way. I have so many cruisers, they just gotta get actually over there. I wish you could fire on the turn where they move, but I get why you can't. That would be really OP if they could. That's kind of how they balance ranged units out, so really, is that they can't fire on the same turn that they move. It just makes them kind of slow before they can actually start hitting people, though. But it's kind of necessary, really. More cruisers coming up. Still taking buildings out here. I almost don't even need to do this anymore, but whatever. I'm still not full money, and I could potentially build 3 cruisers more often if I do. So these are the 3 cruisers that are probably going to stay down here, or over here on the left side. The rest are going to start moving to the right and pick him off. Because I'm thinking every turn they'll just send that medium tank over to the left once, and then he can get blasted. That should be fine. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's funny how they just auto-supply every turn. They never think about it. Because I don't always want to. Wonder how many batteries it would take to 100% this game. So if by 100% you also mean doing the other campaign, which I'm not doing, you can play, or I can do the whole game as the white army instead of the red army. That would, oh man, that would eat your batteries. Great, of course they're planting him even further in the corner. Can I hit him from that medium spot? Oh, we're pushing someone down there again. I think I can still shoot him, can I? Oh no, I can't. Oh, you little, so annoying. Maybe I need to keep a guy planted there to fight them off whenever they try to retreat there. So annoying. Do. See, like, most of this would be gone. There wouldn't be all these APCs here if I didn't land my guys. So, that was definitely kind of a mistake, I think. But, oh well. 568 batteries, that's how much you would guess, Turtle? Or did you actually use math to figure that out? I don't know, how long did batteries last in the Game Boy? I never had an original Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Color, but not even that for that long. So most of my handhelds have been chargeable that I've used. I imagine it maybe depended on the game. But I imagine this game, with its AI thinking, did actually consume a lot of batteries, honestly. Okay, so what? You've got 4, 6. That's a generous estimate, probably 4 or 5 times as much. Flashed him. The only thing I gotta watch out for is I don't want 2 of my guys to run out of ammunition at the same turn. Guess I could restock guys before they reach 0 just to be safe, but I'll just think about it. I should be fine if I think about it. Okay, so let's keep a guy planted here just to stop him from hiding in that corner. Or if they do decide to hide in that corner, I can still shoot him. Oh, I can still shoot him from there. Let's think here. Be kind of nice just to get rid of these guys too. Pew pew pew. What? I wiped him out completely. Oh, that was a surprise. I don't know why that happened that time. I'll take it. Did this guy actually hit this infantry? He can. Why not? 4 guys remain there. I'll still hit this APC down in the bottom left, I guess. Won't be quite enough to wipe him out, but should get pretty low. Don't know where he can go. Guess he could run to the bottom left somewhere. That'd be annoying, actually. Let's see. Let's keep fighting here. One of these guys, I think that guy up there is trying to retreat to home. I guess I'll just wipe out an APC. Give him one less turn next time. Pew, 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 pew. They're dropping pretty quickly now, too, really. But still just a few more handful of turns, and I'll be there. You're going back to refill, so send you up that way. Should be able to wipe out 2 more guys here with this current setup. Those APCs in the corner are going to take a couple turns, though, because I don't have anyone ready to fire at them yet. But they can't keep up. What's funny is they could build more medium tanks, they just aren't. And I think it's because they're trying to save enough money for cruisers, which is kind of silly. Because I'm pretty sure they're not full spending each turn here. Well, a medium tank might be, actually. How much money do they have? Is it, like, really high right now, or not? It's definitely enough to build 2 tanks right now. Oh, I can hit those APCs from there, never mind. Let's actually do that with these guys in the front, because other people can hit that medium tank. Next turn. Oh, shoot, I shot that infantry guy, but didn't actually finish him off, too. Bummer. Then they got 1 more guy left I can hit here. This might end next turn. I'm not 100% sure, but it might. If not, then the next turn. I don't know why I'm going all the way up here. Okay, let's move in. More. I bet you one of these cruise ships ran out of bullets that turn, though. Could be annoying. Probably don't need to keep building cruise ships, but I always do it just in case. Although, I say that every time, and I don't know if I've ever actually needed that just in case. Move on down. I can actually build 3, I think, this turn I saw. Yep. I got the money. I'm not even gonna end up taking all the buildings in the end because I was able to stop them fast enough. Or destroy them all fast enough. Kind of funny. Okay. Just in case this APC moves somewhere annoying, I'm actually gonna move this guy down, like, to here. Moves him a bit further away from the base, but I think I should be fine. Like I said, this next turn might honestly be my last one. Kind of wild how long this map still took. It's just because they built so many tanks, really. I think having 6 construction zones and the 5 docks still gives them quite a bit of money. Wait, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, is that not Final Fantasy Adventure? Is that another one? Nicknamed Baby Final Fantasy? I guess so. I don't know. I don't know much about it. So far, this is looking like GG here. Ah, so that is exactly why I moved my cruiser down, because he's the only one that can hit him. I made the right call there. All of them except 3, so there's more than 1 Mystic Final... I'm so confused. Oh, the Super Nintendo one. Mystic Quest Legend? It's so confusing. And it's not the same as Mystic Quest? Huh? We'll see, I guess. I'll learn more when I play it. Oh, great. I just lost my mouse. It's not a mana game. But it is called Mystic Quest still? That's so confusing. Alright. Let's finish these guys off. I should be good. Unless one of those 2 guys that can hit the APC ran out of bullets, which I guess is possible. Let's see. Yeah, I'll be playing ones on the GBA, but that's not the ones he's talking about. He's talking about Mystic Quest on the Super Nintendo. Mystic Quest for the SNES has nothing to do with Final Fantasy Adventure, but that is known as Mystic Quest in Power Regions. That's not confusing or anything. What was that one called in Japan? Mystic Quest? They're like, oh, they picked a cool name. We'll call it Mystic Quest. Release in region. Wait. And as Final Fantasy USA Mystic Quest? It actually had USA in the title? Huh? In PAL regions, it was called Final Fantasy. Oh, that's so confusing. What the heck? Oh, they called it. It was marketed as a simplified role-playing game for entry-level players. Ah, that's why you called it Baby Final Fantasy. Okay, this is about over here. Is that why they called it USA Mystic Quest? Because they were like, we already made Mystic Quest, so we're gonna say this is the USA version of this. I don't know, that's so weird. That's funny. Didn't know about that. Alright, this is about over, man. I got plenty of cruisers there close enough to the base. This is the last turn. Yep, 2 left. 1 at home and this one right here. And I definitely got the cruisers to deal with it. Boom. Now we just gotta blast this guy. No, it doesn't. I think can't, Suji. The turns are. I'm gonna end it here before they can even build. That's funny too, because JRPGs were already really, or like at least Dragon Quest, you know, was already a bit simplified on it. Oh, a bit simplified compared to some of the more advanced role-playing games that were already out at that point. At least that's what the developer said. I don't know, I actually haven't played a lot of those early RPGs, PC RPGs. All right. Map number 3 in the second quest. Completes. Bum-ba-da-bum, no units left. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I kind of miss when the soldiers would be like celebrating at the end of the mission. Remember how they did that in Famicom Wars? But oh, I guess they still do the celebration here. It just doesn't sound quite as good as the NES version. So it still took me 30 turns to do that map, which is kind of wild. But it is done. It was a pretty sizable map in the end, really. Alright, what's the next one look like? So we've done 2 so far. Yep, another one down, slowly but surely. Oh, this looks sizable, too. Great. Tomato! This one looks kind of weird. Any ones that look terrible? The ones that are terrible can surprise me, though. Like, giving me a airplane, or them an airplane and me not. Oh, this is that map from the first game that messed me up. Alright, I actually really gotta take a break here. Let me go ahead and stop the timer, though. That'll be all for Game Boy Wars for now.